Hi and welcome to our Legends of the West series for the FDFL and the WRFL. I'm Kevin Hillier, with me Steve Thom, and don't have to say much more except Robert McGhie. Welcome.
Thank you, Kev. Good to be here.
You are a legend.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, mate. No.
Oh, well, I certainly wouldn't. I know your mate Spike over here certainly would too.
Oh yeah, I had a bit of luck with Spike and that over the years, and that with one of our local footy clubs and stuff. And then he went on to coach him, and that he's probably stiff not to win a grand final at West actually. Yeah. So yeah, no, they were good kids that I had when I was there for the 3 years and whatever, and taught them a few tricks. And
they did as they were told too, didn't they, Rob?
They did very well at what they were told, mate. They were in a bit of trouble otherwise. So yeah, no, they were good. They were excellent.
Just on that, Bones, like the early 80s, you come in 81, played the first game, and
first game,
your shoulder.
Yeah, just look at
against Braybrook.
Against Braybrook, he got tunnelled beautifully.
Yep.
Couldn't throw the right back out to whack him, but had to sit on my ass because it was killing me.
Yeah. But coming back then, I think you missed the rest of the season. But come back in 82 as senior coach, playing senior coach. And you mentioned the young blokes. I mean, I was lucky enough to be part of that era. And we were 18, 19, 20s, 21s. It wasn't just the football part of the coaching, I think, that we respected for. It was the mateship, the mentoring, you name it, on and off the field. We were there for you, whatever you wanted, but you were there for us.
Yeah, I think what you're saying, Steve, is that a happy club room is more or less produces the sort of commitment you want off your players out on the ground. So we used to have a pretty close knit of all our players. We used to grab a circle of chairs and sit around there and have a beer together and a laugh and a joke and put shit on each other about what we didn't do at training or what we didn't do in the game and whatever, and it was all in good humour. Nothing was ever taken serious.
No.
Probably I took it more serious than the players did, because if they hadn't done what they were told, they were going to get it on the Tuesday night or whatever. But that's a good learning process for them, and trying to mature the mind a bit better than what it was before I got there as a coach and whatever in my first year. And yeah, we were wooden spooners when we started in 82 and rolled along and just played our games fairly physically, and we really worked hard on tackling and shutting down sides with our defensive skills and different bits and pieces. And we had good players on every line, terrific players, terrific young men that played for our side in those 3 years. And yeah, we had a little bit of luck at the same time by winning the flag in the first year, and we probably should have won 2 out of 3, but you can't be greedy. One's hard enough to win, and the boys were rewarded. I think we nearly won every flag that year, from 17s up to the seniors. We had youth and everything come through, 15s, 17s, reserves and seniors, and it's a bit hard to get the kids to play now. That's the biggest problem, because between 13 and 16 they get part-time jobs, and then they know what their spout's all about, and they chase the shielders, and then you can't start playing kids at 16 or whatever. So I don't know what we do. I want to know where the Auskick money goes. There's 40 or 50 million collected all over Australia all year and every year, and there doesn't seem to be anything going back into junior development between the ages of 13 and 16. All right, it's good fun for the kids at 5 and 9. They know nothing about it, or 5 and 7 or whatever they are, but they know nothing about footy. They're just out there. They're just out there for a bit of fun and having to muck around with the other kids, which is fine. I've got nothing against that. It keeps them off the streets and all that, and they might commit to footy later on as they get a little bit older. But the ones from 13 to 16 are our biggest problem, to try and keep them in our game. And I don't know how we do it, but we can't play them, we can't pay them, and there's got to be another way. The public school system's wrong, because a lot of our teachers are fairly lazy and don't want to run footy competitions during the week like they used to have when we all went to secondary schools and all that sort of stuff. True. And the recruiters don't come out and look at our metropolitan areas. They want to go and watch the grammar schools plays from Monday to Friday, so they've got Monday to Friday jobs on 400,000. Our kids don't get a chance to be looked at in the system, and 87%'s drafted out of the grammar schools. So where do the other 13% come from? It really doesn't come from our area, it probably comes from the bush.
Yeah,
that's probably right.
Just saying that the young blokes, Bones, I go back to, I suppose, not many clubs used to do Sunday recoveries. It's something you introduced at West Footscray. I mean, our Sunday afternoons were fantastic, because we'd always have a good food and a couple of good beers, a good get-together. But one of the many Sundays that we done our recovery, you took us down to Brunswick, the Brunswick Bars, I think it was, an outdoor pool, and we had to, it was 3 degrees. Had to jog about 50 laps, stride jog 50 laps around, get the soreness out, in our shorts, jumpers, whatever we had. And the call from you after about the 50th lap was, get in, jump in. And we did. We jumped in. We never asked twice. What Bones said we did. And I'm not kidding. It was bloody freezing. None of us had change of clothes. And then we're back to the rooms for a semi-warm shower because the showers weren't super hot back those days. But what a great bonding moment those recovery sessions are. It's different these days. I know they do it for a lot more of the body work, but the bonding sessions were just magnificent.
Oh, they were. And we always had a game of cards and then put a barrel on after it and stuff like that. But Cow Lotto was a good one.
Yeah.
We had a cow. We hired a cow and marked 40 numbers out on the ground, and we just sat around and watched the cow have its first shit, and it was your number, you won the dough.
I don't know why that didn't catch on as a TV event. Got me absolutely stumped by that. Never went further than that, Bones. The St Albans days had great success there.
Yeah, had a bit of luck there. They were struggling. I went there, I think it was 86. We had 19 knee operations that year. They didn't like hard work at all, which that was all, the training was done at Brimbank Park and all that, through the hills and all that sort of stuff. And I really give it to them the first year, and most of them broke down on me. But 87 and 88 were good. We recruited a couple of players, my younger brother from Brunswick and Peter Selberg and Shane Gibson and George Jasic and Darren Bickley and Bucks from Brunswick. A few of them played in the seconds, we played in the seniors, and then we just rolled on from there. In 87 and 88, Kevin won the back-to-back premierships. So.
How different was the premiership you won in 2007 to the other ones? Because the football and people and the kids and the whole system changed so much.
Well, in 82 we probably didn't have any experience at all. Colin Dell and probably Glenn Scanlon were the only two players. One come from Sunshine and one, Dally played a few games at the Bulldogs, and the rest were just all homegrown. And it meant that we had to put a lot more time into that, where at St Albans we picked up 5 or 6 experienced players where they'd give me more time to spend on the other 30 or 40 younger blokes that were coming out of their under-17s, which give me plenty of time to bring them through, which we needed when we got into a bit of trouble in one of the grand finals or preliminary finals or second semi or whatever it was, and got 4 rubbed out. So we brought some of those kids from our under-17 side straight into that side, and 3 of them were in the best 3 players on the ground. Okay. So it was well worth the amount of time you put into the kids, mate. They do reward you back because they never give in.
And then 2007?
2007 was 2000 was a big year at Spotty when I coached the kids at Spotty.
That's right. Yeah, that's right, you did too.
Set up the juniors at Spotty there with a good mate of mine, Paddy Hines, has got their juniors going all right. And I said to the kids, I said, it'll take us 3 years to win a premiership. I said, you just got to stick with me and listen to what I say. And which they did. In the first 2 years we made the finals, and then third year we finished 5th. And I said, we'll win the flag from here. And they all looked at me a little bit strange, and I said, well, just watch what we do. And so we rolled along in the finals, and we did our business from 5th spot, and then we got to the grand final and beat the Violet Crumbles by 100 points, Altona. So it was... it was a good experience for those kids. They really enjoyed it, and they liked a little bit of the hard work and that, but they weren't allowed to have a beer, of course, and their parents enjoyed it, and their parents were so proud of the young blokes, and that it was fantastic. There was a standing ovation for them because they'd never had that sort of experience before in their training and everything, and their whole attitudes changed at home in schoolwork and everything. So it was good because we made sure that they did their schooling first before they got to training and stuff. So that was priority. So yeah, it was good. Then 2007 was good. 25 years later, back at West. I said it'd take 5 years. There's a lot of work to be done here. We're nearly on the bones of our arse. So I said, we're going to have to go for it. It's going to take a lot of... So the first year we made the finals. Second year we made the finals. Finals again. Just struggling, finishing 5th or 6th or whatever it was. And then I got my young bloke and everything from the Jets and a couple of other kids from the Jets, and picked up a couple of boys from Central Altona with their footy club folded, and rolled along and just didn't win a game, and then fluke win in the grand final quite comfortably. They're not flukes, but
I was going to say
that was a good side. That 2007 was Footscray Divi 2, so it was brilliant.
Good side. Yeah, and if all those 26 players hadn't walked out on me the following year because they didn't want to stepped to the next level of training and different things, we probably would have been quite competitive, but it wasn't to be. They walked out, and now we're back to where we are, but I won't be going back. I'm not coming out of retirement, not even as a president's worse than coaching.
I was going to say that, no thanks in the president's
you just don't get, you thank the volunteers that you have around you that support you and all that in the jobs that you do and all that, but they're hard to come by now. No one wants to help footy clubs survive. That's the biggest problem. That's our problem at the minute.
Yeah. We talk about, and great respect, the Western Region Football League. We're getting bigger, we're getting stronger. We're going out the other side, Wyndham Way, and a lot of new clubs coming in, Manor Lakes, Sanctuary Lakes, new clubs into the competition. Might be a few more in 2014, but your North Footscrays, your Braybrookes, the old Sedwin are there, Kingsville, West Footscray. They're the clubs that I say the passion and pride that I know you felt and I felt growing up with them. You never lose memories and thoughts of those, playing against them, playing for your own club, your own jump, your own mates, but playing against those sort of clubs. You always had some good mates and bonding with it.
Oh, no doubt. Every footy club you do that, mate, and every opposition club you do, because you'd always have a beer with them and all that. And it's all changed now because the bars are closed at 7 because of 0.05, all that sort of stuff. And of course, the big money players, the hand comes out and then they piss off straight away as soon as they get paid, and they don't stay and even buy a bottle of water. Yeah. And that's the part that really kills me. I'd be docking their dough. I wouldn't give them the full paycheck. I know that much. Loyalty is that there's none now, and we need to try and create a bit of loyalty in your clubs. When you're playing with your teammates, you'd like them to stick around for an hour and a half or something. Yeah. No, doesn't take that long to gel your hair.
No. Well, not in my case anyway. Back in
Spike here wouldn't know much about that these days. He would have known in the 70s or 80s he might have, but not these days. Bones, terrific to catch up with you. You're a legend of the western suburbs for more reasons than just what you do from the football point of view. It's what you've contributed to the community over many, many years too, and we thank you for your time, and you're a bloody legend, mate.
Thank you, Kev. Thanks very much. Thanks, Mike.
Robert McGhie here on the WRFL website.